taking on MCES here in the grand finals, best of 3 match. Woody, we could have not asked for anything better than this.
Two huge names in esports are now going to find out which team is better. They'll share the story with the whole world, and we'll keep saying their name for the next year at least as the Clash of Clans World Champions from 2019. MCES and Nova, East and West, the newcomers and the old guard. Which team is gonna come out on top and win that huge prize?
We're gonna be having to take a look. This is a history moment right here. The first Clash of Clans World Championship. And MCES and Nova are gonna be competing. Who will be able to take it? Who's gonna be able to take those risks, go for those 3 stars to kick it off? Because we know this is going to be a hard-fought war. I wonder what type of base designs are they saving for this war here? Because it is the best of 3. We're gonna be jumping into YoZP's attack with the Queen Charge Hog Riders.
I gotta say, if you're the Nova strategists, you gotta assume that MCES will put up at least 12 stars, and it's not even safe to assume they'll just get 13. This team has been able to get attacks together against bases like you've never seen before. Super innovative team and highly consistent in their performance. YoZP for Nova is gonna be the first up. He's using a big old Hog Rider army, sending in those heroes early on, but he'll be using a Queen Charge to go after that Town Hall first and foremost.
He used the King there to set the initial funnel, wants to charge this Queen into the Town Hall, drops the test wall breaker. Gonna see if he's gonna open up this first compartment here to let that Queen get access to the Town Hall. Does the walls open? It does. Now the Queen can be able to grab that and then be able to get tons of value through the back, and we have to focus on that enemy Queen. He has his spotter over his shoulder right now.
A 1-star hit would mean defeat, and Nova is going to do everything they can to prevent that sort of disaster. They'll earn their first star by taking down the Town Hall. The second star comes from reaching 50% overall damage, and of course that coveted 3rd star from the 100% destruction.
Now the Queen is going to be able to get through this Lava Hound. No real defenses on her other than that 1 Expo, because it is set on ground. Now the Queen's going to be charging in here. We got to keep our eye on the time. Just under 1 minute, 35 seconds left in this raid. Drops another rage, has to keep the Queen alive, pops her ability. He's going to be charging her into the core of this base, and then the Hog Riders are coming from the right side, getting towards this Eagle artillery really quickly.
A risky play to use that Queen ability so early, but it does ensure that the enemy Queen goes down, and it frees up YoZP to focus entirely on his Hog Riders. He uses a really early Grand Warden Eternal Tome as well to protect all the Hog Riders within that aura. He's going to keep them safe with heal spells, freeze spells, rages up the Queen again to try to get her onto that left side multi-target Inferno. Super important to take out those splash damage defensive structures to keep your Hogs healthy as they make their way through the backside of the space. It seems 3 stars is quite likely, Carbon.
Yeah, he's charging, and the Queen is still alive here with the healers going up. The Hogs are moving through. No more spells at this point. But is he going to be able to overwhelm it? The Queen's going to help take out this multi-target Inferno. There is this bomb tower here. We got about 40 seconds left in the raid. Does he have enough cleanup here, Woody?
No! Massive destruction just when it seemed like 3 stars was guaranteed. A giant bomb goes off on a big pack of Hogs, and right as soon as they take down a bomb tower, another massive explosion. YoZP so close, walking the razor's edge toward 3 stars, finds his feet a bit faulty and slips off into the 2-star range. A high percentage though, we're above 86% now, 87, 88. Grab a few more buildings, because if it comes down to stars, the overall damage will be the tiebreaker between these 2 clans.
Yeah, 2-star, 91% right there to kick off this grand final for Nova. Beautiful defense, and MCES is glad that it did not get that triple right there, because to kick that off would have been huge. Oh, now we're gonna have to see, can MCES answer the call? And Hugo Stiglitz is gonna be looking to come in at an average of 93% destruction. Can he answer the call for MCES?
Hugo Stiglitz is one of the base builders for MCES, and that is one of the main reasons why they've made it here to the grand finals. They have had the fewest stars scored against them by any team here in the World Championship, and you just saw why. Those bases are insanely difficult to crack, but if you are a great base builder, you're often gonna have a lot of great attacking skills along with it. If you can build a puzzle, you can certainly tear it apart. Let's see if Hugo Stiglitz can do it here and now with Lava Hound and Balloons, one of the most popular aerial assault combinations in the game.
Hugo is looking to charge into this bottom section to take out that enemy queen. The clan castle is all the way near that town hall toward the top side of the base here. This ice golem hopefully can help protect this queen as she is charging into the core of this base, and then gonna have some back end Lalo coming around. We have to keep our eye on which way he's gonna fly. It looks like from the left side here, but we have to keep our eye on what is going to come out of this clan castle. Hopefully it's a Lava Hound so that it doesn't start fighting, but this Lava Hound looks like it's going to the wrong direction, to the right side there, Woody.
Oh no, a little bit of a misplace there in the Lava Hound, and it's going to go down without protecting any balloons whatsoever. Triggers a couple of skeleton traps.
Oh, a dragon.
A sinking air mine, and a dragon in the CC also.
Oh my goodness.
What does that mean?
The dragon is going to be able to just fire upon all these troops here, but the town hall is on the top side. There doesn't look like there's any balloons going there, but he does still have the stone slammer to at least lock up the 2-star.
This is a nightmare for MCES.
Oh no, the dragon is still alive, hitting all these troops in the core. He drops the freeze for the multi-target Inferno. Some balloons are flying toward this town hall, but at least he saved that stone slammer to save up for that 2-star, because that could have been devastating if he missed that town hall.
Have to get every single star that you possibly can here. It often comes down to the very last attack, so making sure to grab that town hall with the stone slammer. Hugo Stiglitz is going to find his 2-star here, but so far behind in overall damage percentage, it means that MCES could face a very difficult uphill battle if they can't find a 3-star hit sometime soon.
Yeah, these are just the first 2 attacks. We have 5 attacks from each side here, and whoever has the most stars will get the win for game 1, because it is a best of 3. But look at how far these balloons were able to make it through this back end here. That dragon is still alive with about 40 seconds left. Imagine that Hound did not go to the right side of the base. It would have been able to tank a little bit longer. But unfortunately, that looking like trying to approach an 80%. It finishes off right there at 2-star, 77%.
The first attacks for both teams are in the books, and there's a small difference already with Nova taking 91% in their very first attack, but 4 to come for both, so everything is still open.
A risky play, and every single tile of placement is super important for those precision attacks. You gotta hand it to him though, you're not going to get those 3 stars without making those moonshot plays. Fortune favors the bold, and hey, you can't catch fish if you're afraid of wet feet. He jumped into that lake feet first, dove in, and unfortunately bonked his head, but still, MCES and Nova are both in it and have a chance to pull ahead with the first 3-star.
Now we have LP coming in with a small little Warden walk into a P.E.K.K.A. smash. He's looking to have this Grand Warden be able to reach over the wall and grab that multi-target Inferno, and hopefully then walk to the right and jump towards that Town Hall. Need to be able to lock it up, because that jump spell can give the troops access to the whole core of this base. So he has to be very patient here and make sure that the Grand Warden gets the value before dropping the rest of his troops.
That's right, Carbon. More often you see the Queen as the main charging hero in these attacks, but this time LP has chosen to use this Grand Warden because he has such long range. Now, unfortunately for him, he's taken quite a bit of damage from this Tesla farm out on the outside, forcing out a rage spell here that he might not have intended to use this early. Still, LP is going to be able to nab that multi-target Inferno out on the left side. It's one of the key targets you have to focus on, especially if you have a big army like LP does. He's brought 8 bowlers, and he'll need to keep almost all of them alive if he wants to get enough splash damage to make his way through this base.
Looks like he dropped the P.E.K.K.A.s and boulders just a half-second early there and did not take that bomb tower out, so that might affect some of the stuff. But he has the Queen moving over to the right side, staying away from the core, which is actually really nice, so she doesn't get stuck on that Lava Hound. Pops the Grand Warrior Internal Tome. They have to be able to get to this Town Hall. It does activate, drops a rage on the Queen to keep her alive. There's so so much stuff going on in the core of the space. He's staying focused to try to get it through and still has it back end Stone Slammer.
P.E.K.K.A smash is a super heavy-handed hit, but LP's P.E.K.K.As were a little bit behind those bowlers early on. I think he lost 2 or 3 of them to some point defense structures right off the bat. Still, LP is gonna come out swinging. The P.E.K.K.As don't have any more jump spells to get them over these walls, so they're gonna have to chop their way through. Stone Slammer coming in to support on the back end, and we still have a couple of healers, but that Grand Warden has now gone down, and the Life Aura is no longer protecting these P.E.K.K.As. That means that they are not long for this world. With less than a minute for cleanup, LP is just trying to get as much percentage as he can. It's gonna be super close. Will Nova still hold their lead over MCES?
The Stone Slammer is actually opening up the walls for the P.E.K.K.As to walk through and help grab some more percentage, but the Queen is still on the outside. She still has her royal ability to grab as much buildings as possible to help with the percentage, but they're looking to try to get as much as it's going up. Some air skellies pop up with the Lava Hound still gonna move over to the Queen, burns her ability with just under 25 seconds left in the raid. He's trying to grab as much percentages at this point, but unfortunately, this will not get the 3 here.
Distracted by that Lava Hound, this Queen is not going to be able to pursue many more buildings. She does have that ability and is going to pop it, giving those archers a little bit more firepower to try to take them down and maybe get one more structure on the outside. But LP has still a lot of firepower left, but no time left to use it, Carbon.
Yeah, finishes it off at an 83% 2-star right there with the P.E.K.K.A smash. It was a great attack. Now, MCES is going to try to answer the call. Can Arium, it looks like he might be the next, no, Linade. Average destruction percentage at 98%. He's going to be looking to come in. The last time MCES took on Nova was in the semifinals back in July when they qualified, and Linade did get a 3-star in that match with Queen Charge Hogs. Is that what he's coming in with? No, he's gonna switch it up. Looks like he has a clone spell in this army, and then he can fly around with the Electron.
Linade found 3 stars out of his 7 wars in the qualifier and picked up another triple against the Queen Walkers in the quarterfinals here. Now he's coming back with another air assault. It's that Lava Hound balloon combo you love so much, but this time it's gonna be a hero dive. No healers to protect that Archer Queen or the Grand Warden. We do have a jump spell to try to get them a little bit further into the base. The key targets you wanna get with a dive like this are gonna be that Eagle Artillery and the Archer Queen. If you can nab an air defense or a multi-target Inferno, the more the merrier.
Yeah, the Queen is now going to be moving her way in because he does actually have a jump spell. Wants the Queen to get potentially 2 multi-target Infernos, get a ton of value. Uses the balloon over near this Archer Tower to try to help the Ice Golem take it down, but the Queen's going to have to burn her ability pretty quick. There it is.
Oh no, she's going right.
Just gets it off, but that multi-target Inferno is still up on the left side. Can she take out the Queen? And she does right there.
Takes out the enemy Queen and gets the CC pulled out. That's going to give Linade an opportunity to drag those troops to the outside edge. It's a lot easier to kill those archers when they're, you know, not sitting there right in the smack dab middle of the base. Unfortunately for him, though, he's got a little bit of a split on these CC troops, and the Lava Hound went to the bottom corner. I'm not really sure where it's at. I think he's been able to keep it away from the rest of the raid. That'll ensure that none of his troops are going to focus on that and instead can fire down on those buildings.
Yeah, he's flying through here. Needs to get this town hall to activate. It does from the pup here, but where is this Grand Warden? Hopefully he can fly in quick enough. The E-Dragon comes out of the clan castle, clones it up.
Whoa.
Look at that clone spell. Look at, he's going right through this E-Dragon. He can provide some nice tanking and actually some chain value lightning. The balloons are coming through the back end. Is he gonna have enough here, Woody, to make it through?
Needs to take down these multi-target Infernos. He's coming ever so close.
Oh.
Drops a couple of bombs, but those towers still stand. The Eye of Sauron heating up and burning these buildings down. Can it happen? Linade trying to get this E-Drag on the last line of defense. That multi-target Inferno is the only thing left, Garvin.
Chained it. He's gonna go through with the Grand Warden. Takes it down with 51 seconds left on the board. He has the balloons on the top side. Minions and pups with the cleanup. And it looks like Linade is gonna be kicking it off to get the first 3-star of the Grand Finals for MCES.
Magnificent clone spell into rage, stacking firepower, destruction, conflagration spreading through the space. Plenty of time left and so many troops. You see here and now why Linade is one of the stars of the MCES team, pulling ahead of Nova Esports with that clutch triple.
What a strike coming off the French team, and now it is up to Nova to answer to that if they want to stay in the first match of the series.
Getting that 3-star right there is huge. It gives them such an advantage. Remember, since it is a best of 3, you just have to win the wars. You don't add all the stars up together. So you're focused on each war individually, one at a time. But with Linade coming in with that Electrum, beautifully coming through and finishing that one off. What an attack, Woody.
Every hit from every one of these players is designed to get a 3-star, but it's so hard to actually make it happen when it counts the most against some of the most trickily designed bases in the whole world. Now with Nova down by 1 star, those 3-star strategies that they've built against their enemies need to be put into perfect execution, need to find a way to even things up. If MCES can hold on to that lead and maybe grab another triple later on, that's going to give them a great standing in this best of 3.
XC for Nova is looking to come in and answer. He did triple in the last war in the semifinals, and can he get another one here in the grand finals? Using the Queen Walk Dragon attack strategy, the King's gonna be funneled all the way down to the bottom side of this base, and then deploying the healers with this Queen. Keep your eye on this jump spell to get the Queen into the core of this base towards this multi. Needs to create a runway for the Dragons between these heroes so that he can fly right through. But look at these Hogs. Gonna help not only try to take out the air defense, but maybe pull the Clan Castle a little bit early if he can.
You'll remember from yesterday that XC's P.E.K.K.A. Smash into Mass Hog Riders was the come-from-behind win that got Nova over the top of Team Queso. Can XC pull out that same exact trick twice in one weekend?
Had to already pop that Queen ability right there, so he won't have it on the back end. Has to deal with these archers right now. The Lava Hound is going over to this King, so it's gonna slow this Queen down quite a bit if it moves back over there. And then the Dragons have yet to be deployed. Drops the Rage, needs to focus on this enemy Queen, and here come the Dragons. And keep your eye on this Grand Warden, need his ability near the Town Hall, and then he's gonna fly through with the Stone Slammer here, Woody.
Lost his Archer Queen, though, and in the exchange, the enemy Archer Queen survived. That's going to be a lot of defensive damage that Hugo Stiglitz can rely on, trying to repel these massive invaders. Soaring in from the top, these Dragons have actually spread out, and that might not be to XC's benefit. He really wants to concentrate this firepower, especially because the Dragons go so slowly. Now, he does have a couple of multi-target Infernos to worry about on the back end, but that Eagle Artillery is going down very shortly. That means that that air defense on the top corner is the key structure he has to worry about.
Yeah, the air defense at the very top is going to be firing on these Dragons as he approaches. One Dragon on the left did take out the Lava Hound, dropped the poison to clear the pups, but unfortunately, a lot of the Dragons moved off to the right, and the Queen died in the core of the base and was not able to help take out the whole core and keep the Dragons inside the base there. Hey, trying to grab as much percent, 74, might be able to grab a little bit more here, but Nova needs to answer the call that MCES just did with that 3-star.
An unconventional setup sometimes pays off with those big, juicy 3-star hits, but XC is going to be left wanting a bit more out of this attack. He'll still have another chance to go up. Of course, this is the best of 3, so we've got another war coming up after this, but will it be going into a tiebreaker match? It's up to Nova to try to pull from behind now. They're only a little bit behind in percentage, so if they can manage to get a 3-star on the board, they could still win by percentage. MCES rarely loses by percentage, though, and so you really got to hope, if you're Nova, to put another couple of 3-stars up with their only 2 remaining attacks.
Yeah, every percentage point matters there. Finishing it off with the 83% 2-star, but it's now, will MCES take a little bit more risk to try to advance their lead and get another triple? And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Try Hard has yet to fail here in the World Championships. If anyone is gonna step up and give them another 3-star, it's going to be him. And he's looking to go perfect so far this weekend.
4 wars and 4 triples. Try Hard is the MVP of the entire competition. That's a lot of pressure and a big name to live up to, but I think he might have it here. He's got 4 P.E.K.K.A.s and 12 bowlers, a big smash attack with some healers to boost up this Grand Warden for the early walk. He really wants to take down that multi-target Inferno early on, but unfortunately for him, a Tesla has popped up and is attacking one of his healers. That's going to force out the balloon to get the drop on that. Getting pushed by that air sweeper, though, it looks like it's taken a long time to finish off that Tesla, and one healer is almost dead already.
What a smart play, using those goblins to help that Grand Warden get through the storages even quicker, because he does not want to run into a time fail issue here. Now the Grand Warden can work on the multi-target Inferno here and then move to the right, where he's going to set the funnel with the P.E.K.K.A.s and bowlers, and then jumping over into the core, getting to that enemy queen. He's going to be pushing his way in. He's waiting for this air defense maybe to get down a little bit early. The Warden now transfers off since he is a support hero. Once he has enough units by him, he will then ignore and help follow them. There is the rage. He has to get this Grand Warden priority off. He does to protect the balloons, but now the queen is going to get stuck out in this lava hound that came out of the clan castle.
You saw his fingers gliding over that device just like an expert pianist. He has got speed, he's got dexterity, and now he's making his way into the core of the base. Try hard from MCES, backing it up with another free spell and a haste to add on to this push. His Stone Slammer in reserve to pivot onto the back end. Here it comes in on the bottom side. He still has most of that big P.E.K.K.A. army kind of cruising along to the bottom left side of the base, but there's still so many walls to have to crack through, Carbon Fin.
Look at this. He still has a lot to get through, but that Stone Slammer is healthy. He has a P.E.K.K.A. on the outside. Queen has her Royal Cloak, can take this jump spell, can be able to reach over the wall to grab all this with another freeze and a haste. This is looking really good for Tryhard. Can he go perfect so far and give MCS another 3-star?
Cheers from the audience as they think it's quite likely the last haste spell goes down. One more free spell to send in to protect these balloons. They're on a tear, speeding through this base like Speed Racer. Vavoom, he's going for 3 stars, Carbon Fin. The pull ahead will bring them up to an 8-star total. Nearly impossible for Nova to catch up to.
Tryhard is playing like the MVP he is right there, has yet to fail here and helping MCS get another star, or actually another triple on the board to have that advantage over Nova. Tryhard, unbelievable. This man cannot fail.
You can tell by the noise of the boys now back again when it comes to MCES here. A perfect attack once again for Tryhard, and not all that pressure onto Nova early on here in the grand finale. Can they actually launch a comeback from that?
So much French pride in the audience as they feel convinced that this first war is in the bag. MCES with back-to-back triples now have the upper hand, and it's a dominating one in fact.
Unbelievable. The Queen was able to help charge in behind everything, and she took that back end jump to help clear those defenses for that Stone Slammer to help finish off that base. Unbelievable. That is why MCES deserves to be here and shows everybody why. But now, Juan of Nova needs to answer the call because they are down 2 triples.
Juan is one of the best players on this Nova roster. In fact, he was selected from among the European audience. This Nova team was originally an entirely Chinese-based team, Nova Maldo. They selected Juan and LP to bolster that support. And Juan actually was able to pick up 3 3-stars, or actually scratch that, 4 3-stars out of the 6 wars they fought in the qualifiers. He fought very hard against Vatang, and on the main stage picked up a 3-star there as well. So if Nova is going to remain in the fight here, they need back-to-back 3-stars here and now from Juan and Wei. Let's see if he can get it done with this Hog Rider army.
Yeah, the Grand Warden's going to be used to help set the funnel and clear a bunch of these defenses here on the outside. King's going to go towards the top, but is there enough units to pull this Grand Warden? It looks like it does. Now, here comes the bowlers to charge in. Keep your eye on the rage, the jump over the Town Hall. He needs to pop it. Can he protect him over this Town Hall, Woody?
Getting awfully close and taking a ton of firepower from that Eagle. It's still far deep inside the base and going to be difficult to reach. He uses that Eternal Tome to protect the troops as they're coming out. The CC starts to soar high, but the Archer Queen is going to be distracted by them now. Take a look over the shoulder of the players as you can see them tapping furiously, trying to make sure that these troops can survive the path into the base. 3 big multi-target Infernos in separate compartments, each of their own on the top side, are going to be very difficult to take down for Juan, but he's got a plan and he's got a hope and a dream still left in his heart.
He still has 2 heals with Hog Riders and a Stone Slammer. The Queen staying up with her ability is going to be huge here through this back end multi-target Inferno section. Here comes the Hogs. Got to make sure he gets these heals, but now the Grand Warden is going to actually come help with these Hogs. Going to give him a buff in HP as they're moving around. Drops this heal into this next section, but he's going to try to keep them alive and looking to get that first 3-star for Nova.
Mega Smash into Hog Riders was the exact same attack that XC used against Team Queso in the semis to earn that win. Juan is trying to mimic his teammate now and get that last bit of defensive line destroyed. Those Hogs are looking mighty healthy, but Spring Traps are still jettisoning them off the map. A giant bomb explodes. The bomb tower goes down and knocks a few more. Another giant bomb explodes. Those Hogs barely have any health left. It looks like there's just 1 or 2. The Archer Tower is going to finish it off. The mortar can no longer fire on Hogs. That's going to be it. 3 stars. If only he can clean up in time.
Yeah, now he's got about 30 seconds left in the raid. Can the Queen help clear this with a Wizard on the top side? It's going to come down to time. This Hog's going to try to move its way through. Now the Queen's going to have to go through this wall with just under 20 seconds. I don't know if he thinks he's going to get it. It's going to come down to time here, Woody.
It looks super difficult to crack through that max level wall. Juan is so close to the 3 stars, but only 6 seconds remain, and a massive line of buildings are still standing. Juan came closer than any other Nova player, but the 3 stars are still out of reach. MCES in a dominant lead.
Juan coming through with the 2-star, 95%. Unfortunately, came down to clean up, and that was on Tryhard's base, and he has yet to fail. It's unbelievable. Now Arium wants to answer for MCS and give them even another 3-star. Can he do it? Back in the qualifiers in July, Arium hit way and got the 3-star with Queen Charge Hogs. It's gonna be interesting what he's gonna do. Hog Riders is one of MCS's favorite attack strategies in the game.
The only way for Nova to pick up a win at this point would be a huge attack fail by MCES. We've never seen something like that before, and so don't expect anytime soon for MCES to 1-star. Arium is coming back in with Lava Hound and Balloons now. Another aerial combo and supporting it with a Queen Charge from the bottom corner to begin with. He's going to try to make his way past this outside wall that's not connected to the rest of the structure. That'll give him a little bit of a poking room to get at that enemy Archer Queen, and maybe he can even go after that Eagle Artillery afterwards.
Unfortunately, that Archer Tower picked off one of the healers there, so he's going to have to move around with one less healer. The Queen is going through, dropping the balloon to test for Seeking Air Mines, because if he loses any more of these healers, it's going to be such a hard charge through the core of this base to keep that Queen alive to get the value he needs for the back end Lalo, because this King now can clear the whole top storages while this Queen just follows this wall wrecker into the core. But there's a Rage. He has to keep this Queen alive. Might have to pop her Royal Cloak. This one's going to be close with the enemy Queen. Drops a freeze, but no! He loses her!
Archer Queen goes down! Giant bomb exploding right when Arium needed to keep her alive the most. And it seems that 3 stars are now going to be too far for him to reach. LP's defenses have held up on the bottom side of the space, and this Laloon is going to be in a bad spot soon with an Archer Queen and that Eagle Artillery still up in the core.
A defending dragon is the worst thing to come out here with only the 1 poison. Now you're just going to try to avoid it, pull it to the corner, and then Lalo and finish. At least help grab that Town Hall to secure the 2 stars. Uses that early Rage to help take down the multi-target Inferno. He's not going to be worried about this Queen because that is not his top priority at this point. It is that Town Hall. Needs to get that 2-star. Freezing it as he's flying through, keeping an eye on his Grand Warden. Hopefully he doesn't pull any Seeking Air Mines as he's flying through. The Grand Warden should be able to get his ability off, and the Town Hall should be secured and at least locks up that 2-star for MCES.
There it is. Still with 2 multi-target Infernos and an air defense on the backside. These balloons are not going to be able to stand up much longer. Uses some more minions that he brought to get some cleanup along the outer edge of the base, and that should get him beyond that 70% mark. But with a dragon soaring in the skies, hunting down every single troop that Arium deploys, it seems like it's not going to be much longer until this attack is over.
Yeah, we're seeing some dragons in the defending clan castles. I wonder if that's because they know that MCS love to do the Sui Mass Hogs, but there it is, a 70% 2-star for Arium.
weakest attack so far from MCS, but with having two triples already, it's obviously a lead they can play with here in game one. One last remaining attack, though, for Nova.
It's still so impressive whenever you see a disaster like we saw in that Queen Charge attack. Oftentimes, for a less experienced player, that could be the end of the raid. You might not even be able to pull off the 2-star at that point. But someone like Ariam can adapt so quickly on the fly. He's got a plan A, he's got a plan B, C. I don't know, it might go all the way to Z, Carbon Fin.
It goes all the way to the T for the Town Hall to grab that one there as he's flying around, at least lock it up. So very nice job securing the 2, because that is exactly what you need to do in these situations if they don't go according to plan. But now Wei, the captain, the MVP of Nova, can he come through and get a triple on Lenade using the Grand Warden walk? We're seeing so many styles of this attack here with the Warden on the outside to be able to snipe and set funnels, and then he's just going to Sui the Queen towards the outside here, reach over the wall, pops her ability, grabs the bomb tower, the cannon, clearing a nice funnel here, and once he drops, looks like these handful of bowlers, then he has a back end Lalo into this raid.
The 22-year-old captain of this Nova Mao Do team has tripled on both of his appearances on the stage versus Vatang and Team Queso. We have not yet seen Wei fail. Let's give him another shot now and see if he can keep Nova in the race. If they 3-star here, they would just have to hope and pray that MCES gets a 1-star afterwards. But take a look at that percentage. Despite the fact that MCES has picked up 2 triples, Nova is still ahead on overall damage.
Yeah, unbelievable, as he's now trying to help charge in here with this Grand Warden towards the top side. P.E.K.K.A.s are coming down, moving in. I think that is also the King up there as well to help support these bowlers as he pushes through. There's going to be a rage in here. Out comes a dragon, but unfortunately these guys cannot take the dragon down, but drops a wizard there to help hopefully lock onto this dragon and take it down. Needs to pop this Grand Warden Eternal Tome to help take it out. He's going to pop it there. The Town Hall is still up, and he's trying to take it down here. It's going to be close here, and finally it locks up and grabs that right there.
Great spotting. That additional air splash damage gave Wei the advantage he needed to pulverize those defending troops. He's still making his way through the space, but that multi-target Inferno is burning up. Both of them are engaging the attacking bowlers now, and with a backside push, he's going to try to get that last bit of oomph he needs over the line.
Yeah, he's flying through the bottom side here with the balloons, and a Stone Slammer freezes this multi-target Inferno, has one more haste here. But these bowlers are staying alive, and the P.E.K.K.A.s in the core with these healers. About 45 seconds left in this raid. Does he have the cleanup on the outside to help finish this off? Look at all these balloons, Woody. He's looking pretty good.
They say haste makes waste, but in this case, haste makes a 3-star strike. Wei coming so close and almost about to finish this off now. 30 seconds left, and the cleanup shouldn't be too tough for him. He does lose a few more of these balloons to that tornado trap out on the left side. We're not in Kansas anymore, but we are in 3-star land.
He's looking to just about 20 seconds left in this raid. P.E.K.K.A.s are moving down south. Can he finish off this final building for 99? And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Wei gets the 3-star for Nova.
With a hope and a prayer, Wei will keep Nova in the action. This match number 1 is not over quite yet. The triple at the very last minute with the P.E.K.K.A. smash into balloons on the last side was another really innovative strategy from Wei. Take another look at the replay as he charges into the core of the space, taking fire from Expos, multi-target Infernos, Eagle artillery's raining down on them, but still they stand.
Yeah, he was able to come through in that back end balloons, and the Lava Hound helped Tank to take out the backside of the defenses. Beautiful job at taking that base apart. And now we have Sinti, the closer. He's coming in with a 98% average destruction. Can he get a 3-star? He's done it in the qualifiers versus Nova when they played back in July. He got the 3-star with Sui Mass Hogs, and it looks like he might be hitting Juan, his base, but can MCS close it off here to lock it up and get that first game 1 victory?
You're right about have that, Carbon Fin. Cynthia is a closer, and he's about to slam the door on Nova. Just 2 stars is all he needs for the walk-away victory in this first of the best-of-3 match. We're still waiting to see how he's going to deploy this army. It's going to be entirely air-based, though. 1 Lava Hound, interestingly, to support these Electro Dragons.
Yeah, he's using the Baby Dragon up top, but luckily he didn't find any sinking air mines, so it's getting a ton of value here. Sensing wall breakers to break open the wall, but unfortunately, the King pulls out a Lava Hound here, and he's looking for this Queen to grab this Town Hall, but not stow up on this Hound. Hopefully he can take and pop this Queen ability early. It's moving over to the right. Here we go. Let's keep our eye on the Queen. Pops her ability. The Town Hall's about to go down, and then here comes the mass E-Dragons.
Soaring in from the top left side of this map, those Electro Dragons earn massive splash damage with that chain lightning. If those buildings are too close together, it's going to be zip zap, and they're down. Electro Dragons also drop a lightning spell on their death, so they won't even quit until the fight is over. Cynthia is pushing this top left side, but finding a bit of resistance from that Lava Hound, uses that Eternal Tome to protect the E-Drags and that Archer Queen to keep that damage high as he finds his way across the multi-target Infernos, across this Eagle Artillery. He's facing a lot of resistance in this base, Carbon Fin.
He's pushing his way through. There was 2 ground expos there that will not do anything to the E-Dragons. They're gonna take out this Eagle Artillery. We have a back end. There's the air defense right there. And the enemy Queen is shooting these E-Dragons down quickly, but he does lock up that 2-star right there, which means it's going to be giving MCES the victory here in game number 1 in the grand finals.
A 12-1 victory. Not too many 3 stars that we might have expected. All right, 12-11, you're right. Not quite as many 3 stars as we might have expected. I think that it's the base building and, you know, the defensive expertise of MCES that kept them ahead here. Nova really struggling to find that 3-star until the very last attack there from Wei. Doesn't bode well for them in the second round of this best of 3, but we've seen them come back from more difficult odds. They were behind against Team Queso in the semis, and they still won that. They've been behind in many wars before and then come back with overwhelming force. Let's not count them out, but for now, the day belongs to MCES.
MCES coming away with the victory in game number 1. It is a best of 3, so Nova has a chance to answer the call to force a game 3. Can Nova do it? They've been in the situation before, and I believe Nova definitely has what it takes to get this one done as well, to try to make the comeback.
It's almost really difficult to believe that MCES can be so far behind on the percentage game. It looks like even if they had tripled in this one, they still would have been 10 percentage points behind Nova. So if you really want, whoa, the numbers jumped up real quick there.
MCES up by 1 as they start the grand final in remarkable fashion here on our live stage at ESL 1 Hamburg. 2 triples leading their way to winning that first round here against Nova. Nova, they need to create that comeback strategy.
Yeah, Nova's gonna have to make a comeback here. I wonder if they're going to end up changing their